2019. What a year that was. The endgame of a saga, where the villain is the one to root for. The falling of a long-forgotten war, and the songs of legends. Out of only 11 movies, 2 less than last year, not much has changed with what I liked. Like my format. But with every year, not all was up there. Now, we will see what is to me the best movies of 2019. Number 10. Captain Marvel. Keeping this one short, which the movie should have been. Nick Fury, wasted. Brie Larson, boring, as well as another attempt at a Tony Stark-esque character, and forced feminist undertones that are stupidly unimportant. Need more? No? Moving on then. Number 9. Lego Movie 2. I like the first one. It's still a good movie. This, however, is like other sequels. It's more average than its predecessor. The positive I can give this is that it added songs that can get inside your head, like this one specific song you can't fight but sing along. And Lego Batman is still funny as ever. Number 8. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. How can I review a Star Wars movie without talking about the others? Like this. Originals are golden, mostly. Prequels? They tried. Sequels? Jeez, what is wrong with the fans? That's right. Ever since Last Jedi, I have seen some of the worst when it comes to this fan base, like making some of the cast delete their social media over harassment for one. With Rise, however, this was meant to be fan service and it hit us way over the head with non-stop nostalgia such as that the Emperor is alive. What a huge blow with what they did to him. Honestly, this is one example of how pleasing the fans can also turn them off. Number 7. Toy Story 4. I'll repeat something similar I said in the review. I wanted to cry at this movie. I wanted this to be the one to do it instead of Toy Story 3. I would have, but some stupid kids in the theater wouldn't shut up at the most important moment where it was supposed to happen, and it distracted me. And it just made me mad that I lost that chance. As for the rest, there was a lack of the other toys unlike the previous 3, just background at this point. Forky was a fun new dynamic, Duck and Bunny were great, and the return of Bo was perfect. And Gabby was the only Toy Story villain that got a happy ending, unless you count Zurg in 2, and I couldn't be more happy for her. This was a good way to end a great legacy, starting with the first full-length CGI film to now. Number 6. Detective Pikachu. I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon. I've only been familiar with the franchise thanks to my brother and my sweet girlfriend. So why didn't I watch it? Because of them? Ryan Reynolds as another character with the initials DP, and I wanted to see if it was faithful to the source material. And they did an amazing job with the animation and the actors. Although the mystery felt too Scooby-Doo, it kept me intrigued to stay in the theater. And I have Pokemon Go that I rarely play, and that helped a little with my knowledge. Number 5. SpiderMan: Far From Home. A follow-up to the biggest blockbuster in history, a sequel to a film and actor almost on par with Tobey Maguire, and the start of a new era in the MCU. It does its job fine, and delivers some good action and dialogue, and a new stage of growth for Peter Parker, having to learn to accept the great responsibility with his great power, and to try and handle things himself without a figurehead to guide him. And I'm very excited for more after that surprise ending. Number 4. Shazam! I was so happy with how this one turned out. One of the most faithful and accurate adaptations of a DC property in a long time. It embraces the colorful and humorous side of DC while still keeping with the serious moments. And I love a straight up bad guy without a twist villain for once. I'm a history nut. I know who he used to be called. And I think it should have stayed that way. And we would have gotten a better fit for the name than what was number 10. Number 3.
Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
I'm glad DC has gotten better with their movies. I'm very excited for more. The take on a more realistic approach to a comic book character like the Nolan films have always been a good favorite of mine. But Joker has an excellent and clever backstory that kept me engaged to follow along, and Joaquin Phoenix is on par with Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger when it comes to the character. Now, 2 actors who played the Joker got an Oscar. It's sad what happened to Arthur, but the film put us into his mind and we felt that. Very poignant and a new comic movie classic. Number 2, Avengers Endgame. And you thought putting Infinity War number 6 last year was outrageous. I know, people really love this movie, and so do I. It's great that people have the patience to sit 3 hours in a movie for all their favorite characters and many funny, sad, angry, and heartfelt scenes that we've come to expect from this franchise. Over 10 years of stories coming together for one great battle and the passing of torches, and the passing of the man that started the whole thing. For all the movies, and for all the cast and crew, I give all of you the best and all the love 3000. And now some honorable, but mostly dishonorable mentions. The Disney live-action remakes. To tell you the truth, I only saw Dumbo 2019 in theaters, not the others. I was so disappointed with Tim Burton and how limited he was, and the acting choices were not good, except Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton. And it really sucks that the original Pink Elephants is more Tim Burton than Tim Burton. It pisses me off. It's so disappointing that every other remake had to go down a path of mediocrity, even when one of them broke box office records, when honestly, to me, it clearly shouldn't have. Though the memes for a lot of these were pretty funny. And my favorite film of 2019 is Rocket Man, burning out his fuse as seen in film. Joking aside, how dare the Academy snub this movie and have it nominated for only 1 Oscar? Granted, it won and rightfully deserved that Oscar, but come on! At least give it a few more nominations, like Best Actor or Cinematography. Taron Egerton was a spot-on choice for young Elton John. The song covers were incredible, not to mention the choreography. It really felt like an old-school musical. Now I know this is likely because Bohemian Rhapsody took almost all of the awards last year and that they don't want to repeat, but at least give it a little more attention than what it deserved. Overall, another movie I want to come back to again and again. The only unfortunate thing is, the same things I still like are on these top 10s. It's not bad, but I want more originality with what's to come in 2020. But this is just the beginning. Whatever happens this year, let's have another new experience with cinema at its finest. This is Sudoku Brony saying, this is 2020.